Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading. So we are now in May. This is your first week of May tarot reading with the Esoteric Empire. So I'm going to actually go ahead and see what energy you're going to be feeling the most throughout this week. All right, we have Neptune. So some of you may be coming across something that's new to you, something that kind of shocks you, or something that makes you feel something. So I don't know if you're going to be watching a movie that's very enlightening or something. Some of you may actually be getting a cold is also what I'm feeling, or like something that makes you, like gives you the chills. So you may be frightened by something, but it could be a good thing. You know, I feel like it's something that comes out of the blue, and it's something that really like makes the like your hair stand up, or whatever that saying is. Like you get goosebumps, okay? So let me try to make sense of what I'm actually seeing here. Okay, so we got two cards. We got exploration and repletion. Okay, so I feel like it's right on target with the exploration card here, because remember I was saying I feel like you're going to find something new, something that comes to you, or you see it, or you recognize it, and it kind of shocks you, but I feel like you get answers from whatever this is, or confirmation, right? And with repletion, you're probably going to be having a very chill type of week, or at least you're going to be very relaxed. So whatever you find out, I do think it's going to give you a sense of peace, okay, or peace of mind at the very least. Let's see, the beginning, middle, and end of your week. What are we looking at for Capricorn? All right, so you're showing up as the Seven of Wands in reverse. So I feel like you are not having to prove yourself. I feel like you're saying, I've already made my point. I've already shown you what I can do, what I'm capable of. I don't have to prove anything to you anymore. So for some of you, I'm already getting the message that you get this epiphany, that for whatever reason you have been trying to get something done, you've been trying to have something happen, and you've been putting a lot of energy into that, and one day throughout this week you realize, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to prove anything to you. Why would I be doing that? So you have an epiphany. I don't know if they do something and it causes this, or you just have your own realization. All right, so with the Five of Swords, we are starting off the beginning of your week. I feel like you let somebody have the last word in an argument, because you feel like, okay, I'm done doing this. It really is like a moment where you look at everything that's happening and you're like, am I really arguing with you? Like, I'm done. Like it really is just like you kind of throwing in the towel, not because you're giving up, but because you feel like it's pointless. Like it's like talking to a brick wall or something like that, right? So we have the Four of Swords. Yeah, you feel like you're not getting anywhere by communicating with whoever this person is. And you feel like everything is very stagnant. I feel like this goes deeper into not just this conversation, but maybe in your life when it comes to this person, there hasn't been any growth around this person. And that's one way to see if, you know, if you're around fertile people, as far as people who are trying to grow themselves and, you know, while you're trying to grow yourself. I feel like it's very barren with this person. Like they don't really have any drive, or they pull you down. It's something where you feel like there's no movement. Why am I still talking? Why am I still wasting my breath? Okay. So I feel like this is actually something that has been going on for quite a while. I feel like this person, you know, I feel like they've outworn their welcome. Like I feel like you're ready for them to leave you alone. So there is a discussion about an Aquarius, or there's a discussion about you if you are a Capricorn, Aquarius cusp. But I feel like this is really saying your desires. What's your hope? What do you want in your future? And I feel like you guys can never come to a clear like agreement. It's almost like y'all just want two different things. And so it's like, what is the point of really trying to make this work if we don't even have the same vision? We don't even see, you know, the same distance away. I feel like you want to think very long term, and this person is very one-track mind right now. They don't think past today, and that's a problem for you because you want to plan. All right, so in the middle of the week, I am seeing the Hermit energy. I'm going to see who this person is, because I do feel like it is a person. If it's not a person, I feel like in the middle of the week, you will be taking some time to be to yourself, to really figure out what life is, what do you want. You're really addressing certain issues within yourself, and actually learning things too. I think a lot of you will be studying something in the middle of this week, or coming into something like some sort of studying, or some sort of topic or subject that you want to know more about. So researching. So if this is a person, it is the Aquarius person that I was talking about from the beginning of your week, okay? So it could be that an Aquarius person is coming towards you, or it could be saying that this Aquarius person is somebody that you're trying to know more about. You want to learn more about this person, okay? For some of you, I do feel like this is your child. I feel like you've been arguing with their parent, the spouse, or, the person you had the child with. And for some reason, you guys can't come to a conclusion on a decision about your child. And so I feel like in the middle of the week, you're researching on maybe what to do, or maybe some ways to help this child, or some way to... it's a lot going on here, but I feel like there is a need for someone to do more research on a situation. Eight of Swords is here. Yeah, there's so many things here. The main conflict I'm seeing is that the communication that's being had does not work. And if there is no communication, that also doesn't work, So it's almost like you have to deal with this situation, but you don't know how to truly communicate with this person or about this situation. But I do feel like for a lot of you, there is going to be this sense of like throwing in the towel, like talking doesn't work. Yeah, the devil. So I feel like, yeah, you're learning about yourself too. You're learning about like, okay, what is it that I truly need in order to fix the situation? Why does it always go to shit? Why does it always seem like I have to expect the worst when it comes to this situation or this person, right? So you're really having this in-depth type of conversation with yourself, but also researching, like, okay, what can I do to fix the situation? What does it look like for me to resolve this sort of this issue that I'm having? So it really does seem like at this point your guard is down because you don't want to fight. You don't want to deal with all of the, combative energy. And I truly see that. I feel like you just don't know what to do or how to switch the situation. Now, the good news is in the end of this week, we do have the 10 of Cups here. So this lets me know that there will be some sort of relief and a beautiful sense of joy when it comes to your emotional life within the end of your week, okay? So I am seeing some of you guys having family time, or some of you guys figuring out what you needed to do in order to get to this moment of clarity and a peaceful situation within your emotional life. Okay, so you do have peace when it comes to whatever that argument was, or that situation that was really stressful in the beginning of the week. I do see that subsiding by the end of the week for sure. Okay, so we do have the Ace of Wands here. All right, so I'm seeing that some of you guys will be having makeup sex. I'm also seeing that whatever you wanted to get the ball rolling in, it seems like if you needed somebody else's help for it, they are also on board with it now. So there's actually going to be action taken in order for you to have that peace of comfort or that peace of mind when it comes to your family situation. Yeah, 5 of Wands. So there was a struggle, but I feel like somebody now wants to fight with you and not against you. So it seems like there is a little bit more, the passion is still there. There's still a lot of different opinions, I feel, but I feel like now whoever is involved in the situation, they are on your side now. So it seems a little bit more cohesive, okay? So whatever you did, it seems like you really got them to understand, like, I'm not trying to fight. Yeah, with the Queen of Cups, I think you really broke it down for them. You're like, look, I'm not trying to be against you. We're on the same team. We have a goal that we need to be trying to obtain. And I think you just really get not emotional, but you really do just talk to them as a human. And it's like, look, all of this does not work if we can't work together. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, that's what they needed to see. So maybe they're a person you have to talk to them nicely, or you can't be combative back. It doesn't work that way. But anyways, regardless of how everything happens, I do see at the end of the week it will get a lot better for you, and very peaceful and a very refreshing type of way to end the week. Okay, so this week was a lot going on. I feel like it was all surrounding one specific situation. So it seems like it's probably going to be kind of a long week, but I feel like it'll be worth it. I'm going to go ahead and just pull the Oracle cards. I was going to see like who's all a part of it, but I feel like it kind of it made its way through whenever I was doing the reading itself. So let's just go ahead and get the Oracle message. Princess of Swords. Right, so I feel like this goes right in alignment with that Hermit energy that I was talking about in the middle of your week. So kind of you having to do some research, get some answers, literally figure out what needs to be done. So I feel like, yeah, that you're on a human perspective, you need to find answers. You need to do some work and do some digging to figure out what is the actual root of the problem and how can it be fixed. So whatever you're dealing with, I don't know if it's like a medical thing or if it's a mental thing, if it's a communication thing, but it has to be figured out. Without that, there is no fixing the situation. That is the key to your success within this week. On a spiritual level, we have disruption. Yeah, so I feel like the situation you're going through, you can't avoid it even if you want to. So this week is not to crush you, but it is to kind of get your attention on whatever that situation is that you need answers on. It's to say, hey, now is the time to fix it because it has to end now. This needs to be fixed. So it's kind of like, I don't know, like if you have like a check engine light or something just flashing, or it just stays on. Or if you have like the seatbelt noise that doesn't go off until you put your seatbelt on. That's what this week is for you. You're gonna have a warning or omens. You're gonna have something that makes you fix the situation because it has to stop at this time. All right, so that's your reading. I hope that it helped you have some sort of clarity for this week and a heads up for the week. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next week. Bye.